Welcome to another Sir James D Tech video. Today I will be doing the review for the Prolimatech Super Mega CPU cooler. Alright, I went over some of this in the unboxing, but it's worth going over again. You can see that the Super Mega has 6 heat pipes coming out to the knobs on the top. I am absolutely crazy over the design. That transformer symbol that's on there, I absolutely love, because I'm a huge Transformers fan, you know, going back to the cartoons. In fact, my brother-in-law thinks that Prolimatech ought to come out with a heatsink called the Transformer. Just get it over with. This CPU cooler is copper and aluminum hybrid, which Prolimatech tells me is for best heat collection and dissipation ratio. The fan clips which I have on there for the push-pull, and I'll give you a closer look in a second, are vertically adjustable, which can be perfect for either a 120 or a 140 millimeter fan. And I've got two 120s on there right now. The dimensions for the heatsink, I know a lot of people have asked how much bigger is this than the Megahalems or the Mega Shadow. And the dimensions are 130 by 74 by 158.7. And that's pretty close or exactly the same as each of those other heat sinks. And the weight is 945.3 grams, which is just barely over 2 pounds. So it's not going to break your motherboard. Alright, I'd like to give you a closer look. You can see the top fin is made of a scratch-resistant stainless steel to preserve its beautiful shine that it's got going on. You see those copper fins up there? Those, Prolimatech says, are strategically positioned for better heat dissipation, and I suppose we'll see if that is indeed effective. I'd like to take you around to the other side. You can see I've got plenty of room for the push-pull. Remember when I had that Ninja 3 heatsink in there and I could not for the life of me fit another fan? Well, this works absolutely beautifully for push-pull. In fact, it is what Prolimatech and what I, frankly, after you see these performance results, it is what is definitely recommended. Now, installation wasn't too much of a chore. As usual, you just put the back plate on the other side of the motherboard tray. It also comes with a 775 black plate spacer, just in case, you know, you don't have the 1156 or 1366. And what you got to do is put 2 brackets, align them up vertically on basically each side of where the heatsink is going to sit. And then you have one more bracket that goes down the middle. And this is exactly the point where you're either going to want to tip the case down on its side, or you're going to want to have a second pair of hands, because otherwise you're never going to be able to get that middle bracket in there on your own. And there's very good pressure, so excellent contact with the CPU. For those of you wondering, there is an AMD bracket which will be sold separately, so this is not exclusively Intel compatible only heatsink. So what I did for the performance results, and I certainly hope that you feel my hard work was worth it, is I compared the results with the Prolimatech Super Mega and also the Intel stock 980X heatsink in a push configuration at stock 3.33 and also push configuration at 4.0 gigahertz. And then for the heck of it, I ran the Super Mega in a push-pull at both 3.33 and 4.0. And here are those results for you, so please enjoy them. The Prolimatech Super Mega is by far the best heatsink I have ever owned. As you can rightly judge from those performance results, the benefit to having a high performance cooler such as this is absolutely off the charts. And if you're able to, putting one of these in a push-pull configuration with either a 120 or a 140 millimeter set of fans is definitely the way to go. Now for availability, the Super Mega will make its debut retail during the second week of October, and it will start at approximately $79.99. Now that is a rather steep price for a heatsink, but when you value in that it's a completely flat surface that you don't have to lap, and also the performance results, the cost-benefit ratio makes that $80 price tag not seem nearly so high. So once again, you've got all those positives. The one thing I really don't like are the copper stripes that go around the heatsink. Really don't care for that. It doesn't do anything for the design look at all. And if it does do something for the heat dissipation, that's one thing, but to me it's just not worth it. Therefore, my final verdict for the Prolimatech Super Mega CPU cooler is an amazing performing Sir James D. Tech recommended A. Until next video, ladies and gentlemen, talk later.